Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping into a royal story that blends deep-rooted tradition with the mounting pressures of the modern world. King Charles III, leader of the British royal family, now finds himself at the center of a tense and complicated situation. Just as his summer retreat seemed to promise a brief moment of calm, a stark warning from a senior royal insider suddenly surfaces, sending events down a sudden and uncertain path. And this isn't just casual palace chatter, it's a powerful mix of warnings and shifting dynamics that could rattle the very core of the House of Windsor, affecting not only the present, but the future of the monarchy itself. Will King Charles take this advice to heart, or will he remain unshaken in the face of what lies ahead? What's your take? Drop a 1 the comments if this story speaks to you, or a 0 if you see it differently. And if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss more royal stories packed with unexpected twists in our upcoming videos. Andrew Looney's warnings are direct and uncompromising, stressing that King Charles must not allow the monarchy's reputation to suffer further damage in the early years of his reign. He speaks with clarity and urgency, highlighting the potential threats to the royal family's public image. In his remarks, he specifically named Prince Andrew, the king's younger brother, along with Sarah Ferguson, Andrew's former wife. Despite their divorce, Sarah Ferguson remains closely connected to the royal family and is often reported to stay at Royal Lodge. This only underscores the complexity of the situation, where their continued association could potentially create renewed turmoil for the monarchy. Looney did not hesitate to criticize this connection, warning that Sarah Ferguson's continued presence in royal life, even in an unofficial capacity, could have a serious impact on the monarchy's image. Fergie, despite her many charitable efforts, has also long been the subject of criticism and unfavorable headlines. Her close ties to the royal family, particularly to Prince Andrew, have raised ongoing concerns about the risk of future controversies that could place heavy pressure on the monarchy. Looney's warning is not centered solely on past missteps, but instead highlights the urgent need for the royal family to maintain a clear and formal distance from controversial figures in order to protect the stability and credibility of the monarchy moving forward. The closeness, both literal and symbolic, between Prince Andrew, Sarah Ferguson, and the wider royal family can be seen as a ticking time bomb. This connection is not merely a private matter. It represents a potential risk to a monarchy that is striving to preserve unity and public confidence. In an era where every move and relationship of royal family members is closely scrutinized, excessive closeness to controversial figures can erode the monarchy's credibility and invite unforeseen consequences. Looney's warning not only points to the dangers associated with Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, but also extends to other members of their circle, raising serious concerns about the broader influence of the York family on the stability of the monarchy. Looney's warning goes beyond Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson to include their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, pointing to concerns about the entire York branch. He stresses that this is not an isolated issue, but one that could create lasting tension and weaken the monarchy's image of unity and stability. What do you think? Is the York family truly a risk to the monarchy's future, or is this concern overblown? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more dramatic and unexpected royal stories. The real concern lies in the risk that the collective presence of the York family may pose to the public image of the monarchy. The implication is that even in the absence of any new scandals, their mere proximity to the royal family could pull the institution back into the shadow of past controversies. The close ties among members of the York family, especially between Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, have the potential to revive uncomfortable memories of earlier scandals. Even without any fresh incidents, their continued visibility can prompt both the media and the public to reopen old narratives, ultimately weakening the stability and renewed image the royal family is striving to protect. Although Looney does not revisit the darker details of the past, the message he delivers is unmistakably clear. The shadow of Prince Andrew's past still lingers, and those memories continue to weigh on the monarchy's public image, even as time moves forward. The controversies surrounding Prince Andrew, from his links to Epstein to past allegations of misconduct, have left lasting impressions in the public consciousness. This is precisely why the continued closeness of the York family to the royal household is seen as a potential risk to the modern, transparent image King Charles is striving to build. Even without triggering new scandals, these associations remain highly sensitive and carry the power to pull the monarchy back into a chapter of history marked by controversy. For longtime royal watchers, Andrew Looney's warning instantly revives unsettling memories of Prince Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, one of the most explosive scandals in modern royal history. The fallout triggered intense public outrage, and Andrew's widely criticized 2019 Newsnight interview only made the situation far worse. The later civil lawsuit alleging sexual assault, though ultimately settled, resulted in Andrew being stripped of all military titles and royal patronages. The final outcome was his complete removal from public royal life, effectively sidelined and, in many ways, erased from official royal duties and appearances. King Charles has made no secret of his plan to streamline the monarchy. This is a deliberate strategy designed to keep the institution not only leaner, but also more cost-effective, while reducing the potential damage caused by future scandals. The king's objective is to safeguard the monarchy's reputation, ensuring it can continue to function and evolve without being dragged into recurring public relations crises. This approach is not only about maintaining the stability of the crown, but also about demonstrating thoughtful and decisive leadership in a modern age, presenting a more refined, responsible, and trustworthy image to the public. However, this strategy is far from simple, as it also requires the king to strike a delicate balance between protecting the institution and preserving close family ties. Despite his efforts to streamline the monarchy and limit the involvement of controversial figures, King Charles has continued to maintain a personal connection with family members, such as Prince Andrew, who has faced intense media scrutiny. This creates a clear tension with his vision of a modern, streamlined, and trustworthy monarchy, as these relationships can directly weaken the royal family's public image. Balancing family loyalty with the responsibility to safeguard the monarchy's reputation remains one of the most difficult challenges King Charles faces in the early stages of his reign. Andrew Looney's stark warning, "More scandals are about to happen," points to deep instability within the royal family. It serves as a reminder that even a centuries-old monarchy is vulnerable to modern pressures. The crown now faces the difficult task of protecting public trust while managing sensitive family ties. Ongoing connections to controversial figures like Prince Andrew risk weakening the monarchy's stability. Though harsh, Looney's message underscores how vital it is for the monarchy to uphold an image that is not only strong, but also clean and trustworthy. Following those warnings, King Charles's solo trip to the church took on deeper meaning. Was it simply a quiet Sunday ritual, or a moment of serious reflection on the difficult choices ahead? Every decision he makes now has the power to shape the monarchy's future. Driving alone without guards or ceremony revealed a rare, human side of royal life, perhaps a silent moment of contemplation about how he will lead both his family and the nation. The choices ahead could redefine the course of royal history. However, it may be far simpler than it appears. King Charles could merely be seeking a moment of calm before the royal family gathers at Balmoral for their annual summer retreat. Balmoral, with its deep sense of tranquility and privacy, has long been the place where the royal family can truly unwind, far from camera flashes and constant public scrutiny. Whether driven by strategy or simple personal need, these quiet moments may give the king time to restore his energy and reflect more clearly on the challenges ahead. Whether preparing for long-term planning or simply taking a brief pause, each choice reflects the vision he holds for how he intends to guide the monarchy in the years to come. This moment offers King Charles a rare chance to pause and breathe before stepping back into the intricate rhythm of royal life, where every movement is watched closely by both the public and the media. For the king, Balmoral is not merely a place of rest, but a retreat where he can briefly set aside the weight of his responsibilities, regain his inner calm, and prepare for the trials that lie ahead. Some even interpret this quiet journey as a subtle expression of independence. It is King Charles's quiet way of reminding both his family and the world that, even within a life defined by luxury, protocol, and duty, he can still embrace moments of simplicity, privacy, and personal freedom, an experience few in the world are ever truly granted. This article comes from Andrew Looney, a highly respected historian and biographer, known not only for his vast knowledge, but also for his sharp, perceptive, and unwavering views on powerful public figures. Looney has spent decades researching major historical events and influential individuals, particularly within the royal family. His works, including detailed books on Guy Burgess and Lord Mountbatten, have become essential references for anyone seriously studying the history of the British monarchy. These studies not only reveal his deep understanding of the past, but also provide thoughtful analysis of shifting relationships and the transfer of power across generations. That is why King Charles's recent solo trip to Carrick feels especially weighty in hindsight. On the surface, it may appear to be a simple moment of quiet reflection and personal peace, yet it carries a far deeper significance. These seemingly ordinary moments inevitably stir the underlying tension within the monarchy, particularly as King Charles faces major challenges both as a man and as a monarch. While the journey may offer a brief escape from ceremony and duty, it unfolds against the backdrop of serious warnings from royal experts, making every move by the king feel more consequential than ever. It is a moment of stillness and introspection, but also a time of mental preparation for the critical strategic decisions that lie ahead.